So here we are at Cherylton on the 19th of February 2008 and stood outside at newly required 8F 48173, and she's looking a bit rough. There's some work to do on this. He certainly is rough, that girl is. That tender's showing its age as well.
Morning! Welcome back again.
Oh, here he is. We don't call him Andrew anymore now, we call him Dad.
Well, not quite yet, but soon to be.
In July, yeah.
Yes.
Now Lisa.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a proud mum. I'm a proud dad.
Married probably since last time as well, so.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a big change. I'm just going to do a morning check, go and check the train, make sure everything's alright with the coach and stop before our locomotive for today returns.
Which is?
It's the Green Arrow.
4771.
Yeah.
LNER Green. Yeah.
It's last week and weekend of steaming before it goes into retirement. So we've had the pleasure of having it loaned to us, well, at a cost obviously, from the NRM. Ran last weekend on its own specially, and then this weekend we'll be running part of our winter steam gala, and hopefully it'll be a good turnout.
Yeah, it's a driver farming training course today, isn't it?
That's it, I'm guarding on that. So.
It's a Tuesday and it's a cold and frosty morning. We've just fog's lifted and we've got a lovely sunshine.
It has, it's been a bit treacherous coming down, but it's not bad here. A bit chilly on the tabs I can feel, but it's could be a good day.
Anyway, back to 8F, built 1943 at Krill.
Right, I'm going to do a quick inspection of the train. Obviously it's part of my duties when I'm here as guard. Normally start at the back. First thing I have to check for, French pin in the corridor connection so nobody can open the back door. Obviously the next important bit, tail lamp, because this is going to be the back of the train. Vacuum pipe, make sure that's clipped on, so it's going to not be open to atmosphere, so the connector takes the brakes through. Obviously you've got the coupling, because when they run round at the other end they're going to be using that coupling. The buckeye is down, and that's the steam heating pipe which we may or may not be using today. So we'll now move on and inspect down the side of the train.
And the most important thing, tea.
Cup of tea. At the moment we're just destroying the vacuum from the cylinder. Yeah. Which will actually let the brakes come off. The pulling this string is actually letting air in.
So well, mine is 6 coming, and sometimes you get problems.
Don't tend to, no. It's
freezing like.
It's only seems to be locos that ever struggle with that. But if you look back at the bogie now, you should find that the
let's release blocks, is it?
Brake blocks now hanging off.
So why ain't train run away then, Andrew?
That's because the rest of the coaches have still got their brakes on, and there's also 2 brake coaches in with handbrakes on at the minute. Although probably only one will have a handbrake on. But that's sufficient to hold it on a fair gradient while we're only running the 5 or 6 coaches today. So handbrake will hold it with no vacuum in the train, but the way the system works, it will actually retain the braking for anything up to 24 hours. These are probably still on from yesterday when they packed up at 5 o'clock. Now in between coaches, slightly different to when you got an open end like we started with. The buffers are at a different point. The buffers can actually be pulled out and they have this saddle. So if they're open, i.e. going to be coupled to a loco, that saddle will be fitted in there and the buffer will be pulled out. When they're obviously connected on the buckeye, they're a lot closer together and the buffers have to be pushed in both sides. And then obviously you've got your connection for your jumper cables for your lighting. This one's actually done on the other side, so don't worry that there's one missing. And that's obviously would be your ETH if we were working on electric train heating. Yeah. But we're not, so that's coupled up out of use. Underneath you'll see things hanging down. The ribbed pipe that you'll see at the top, that's your actual vacuum pipe for your brakes. The lower one, which is smooth with the 2 big clamps on it, that's your steam heat. Obviously you've got your brackets at the other end to fasten to when it's out of the way. And at the moment it's connected on the buckeye system, so it's like 2 great big knuckle couplers like the Americans have.
There she is, Green Arrow. since the last come we've put a pair of signals up, but they're not working yet here at Cherylton. I'm just having my flask of soup and my coffee while Andrew's gone up and get paperwork sorted. This chozzer, eh? Privilege of being a guard, got a bloody full cooked breakfast in tray, ladders.
It's lovely. Do you want to buy it?
No, alright mate. Now look here what they've built, eh? Platform 2 down at Kingsley and Froghall.
Welcome to the new platform at Froghall, we're just restoring. New wall just been built to replace the old collapsed one. Further down, new waiting shelter. And then coming around the loop in a minute we should have green arrow. This platform's currently being restored, so we'll soon be able to get a better view of the locos running around from here.
And they done well here, because there were no hardly here, it was just leaning over watters, same as down at Console.
Yeah, the platform used to overhang the river just behind the shelter, and last year we had a special grant, and that financed us repairing the edge of the platform so we could extend it to make it up to standard width for us to actually carry passengers, because before it was just too narrow and unsafe. So we secured it, but it's also paid for the new waiting shelter which you see, which was more or less finished the other day, just waiting for blue bricks to go round under the floor.
Yeah, look, platform edge at fence, reach onto edge at river. What will we do, just tarmac this then, Andy?
Yes. New layer of tarmac just to cover the new bits of concrete. You can see where the new bits of rail have gone in to support the decking that comes stood on. Which just slightly overhangs the river behind us. Alright.
you say, it's slow. It's slow car, it's a creating vacuum, isn't it?
Yeah, it takes a long time to come up.
Hmm.
To a complete standstill. Thank you. Ha ha, we're here.
Kingsley and Froggo again. That's it, wind the bugger up.
Clockwork, that knows.
That'll get us back.
Put this little red ring on, and then we know.
Yeah.
Handbrakes on. We're going to change lamps, and then we'll totter off up the other end again.
Okie dokie. You look like I feel. I forgot bloody drivers forgot to put a valve on for steam heater. We can only get it when it's boiler first, can't we?
We used to be doing it at the minute, boiler first, but hey, guess what? He's not put it on.
Bloody bugger.
I don't know.
How many runs will it? This is a different crew on there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the second run, so it'll be...
Can you get one run a piece then? For 500 quid?
Yeah, we'll do a round trip, yeah.
Bloody hell.
So then, Mick, you're back here again.
Right.
Filming me.
About 3 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Last time we were here.
What do you think, what changes you can see there?
Oh, that station at Kingsley and Froggo, that's well in order. That new platform.
I think
signalling and that, won't it?
last time you came, we just put the signal box in there.
That's right, yeah.
Obviously, we completed the overhang and waiting room, which we saw earlier.
Yeah.
The console, we've finished the platform there, which they were just building last time you came.
Yeah.
And obviously, there's the new signal gone in at Cherylton.
Yeah.
It's not looking bad at all.
And it's warming up a bit, it's top coat warming now. It's bloody cheer.
It's got a bit of a rock to it.
Bit of a rock on. What is it, one from IKEA?
Must be.
Because you ain't got 12 coaches on, innit? I say it's a long while since we stood here, won't it?
1997, weren't it?
Alright.
I think so, March. So, nearly 11 years ago.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Time flies, you. That's been big changes.
We better get on. Right, we're down at what was originally known as Froggo Junction. The minute it's what we use as the loading pad for when we're having visiting locos, as we're having today, ready for the guard at the weekend. To my left, your right, up there, that's the old track bed which used to run back into Bolton's Wireworks, hence why it's known as Frogwall Junction.
And he's come down, Ailey's just come down here with 4F, has he?
Yeah, they're just loading back up. They dropped the 4F off, which is behind you, parked up, ready to be pushed up north to Cherylton.
And that's its original tender, is it, to the left?
Yeah, that's been down at Avon Valley with the new 8F that you saw earlier on.
But it's not running with that, of course. It's got another tender to come, hasn't it?
But you can actually see where it is still stenciled on the frames as treble 422. So you definitely know it belonged to that loco.
So this out branch line is where all locos is delivered. It's easy to get them onto track bed, isn't it?
Yeah, what was the old track beds now our access road into Frogwall Junction. So it makes it easy if you're bringing ballast in or bringing locos or anything else really. This is our new Yorkshire electro diesel loco. It's recently come from Ribble Rail. It's called Roger. We named Roger after Roger H. Denning, one of our previous volunteers that died a year or so ago. And unfortunately he's left us a little bit of money to the railway, which is going to pay for this loco. It's equivalent to an 080 classification power. It's actually got 2 diesel engines, which then go through 2 traction motors driving 2 out of 3 axles.
Now look, empty train. All to herself. That's why it's a day for driver farming training, because there's nobody paying for train ride. cheap manner from Great Central out to service. S160 5197. This used to be in red and Mount Grade, didn't it, Andy?
Yep.
With a right good chime on it.
This is the new S160 tender for 6064, our second S160 that we're building. All owned by the same owner as 5197.
Which loco then, Andy?
Loco's in the shed at the minute. They've got the frames upside down, they're currently working on that, and the tender frames for it are sat alongside it on the next road in the engine shed.
Is that what we've just walked by then?
That's the one you just walked by.
Alright, I'll look at that then.
Yeah, this is the brand new build, totally from scratch by a local company. They've done a fantastic job with it.
Andy says it's actually welded, this tender, and they've just put rivets in for decoration to make it look authentic. It's a builder's plate of 5197 from Lima of Italy, isn't it? That's his rating. She's a beast, isn't she? Looks what she is, don't she? Good walk-off. And in comparison, that's an original tender, isn't it? Well, this is a S160 6064, sat upside down. This is frames. Is that right?
Yeah.
And that's tender chassis for the same loco. And here's 8098 at Midland Railway Centre. This is 37075, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did this from Great Central then?
It was at the Great Central, then it spent about a year or so, I think it was, at Wirksworth,
Yeah.
Bourne Valley Railway, and it came to us June last year.
Oh.
The guys are just now doing some bodywork repairs to it.
What colour are they going to do with this then? You know idea?
No idea whether it's staying in blue or whether it's going into something different.
Yeah, got old 37s. And it looks like the crew's back from dinner. I reckon they've had a 3-course lunch, don't you? We've been gone an hour. Anyway, back to Green Arrow. This one-piece 3-cylinder 2-out 1-in called a monoblock is why she's retiring this summer. Too expensive to restore her. And it's a piece. It's in the middle one that's cracked, I think,
the one
Andy, isn't
between
it?
the frames, the centre one.
Yeah, and unfortunately, she's going to retire. I think she packs up after North Yorkshire Moors, don't she? North Yorkshire Moors Gala. Sad, very sad, because it's my favourite. It's a lumping throat job when she packs up. I'm just filling his booking. For trip 4 is this?
Yeah, 1500.
Yeah, so Cherylton's ready for a repaint, isn't it? Whoa. We're off.
We're off. call me the Iceman and I'll freeze you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that bloody cow, mate, isn't it? Gosh,
Here's what you
dropping.
get off at Water Tower. So how's your day been then, mate?
Brilliant, mate. Brilliant. Got last one, aren't we?
Yeah.
1705 pounds.
Yeah.
We've got another run, so it's going to be what? 1715 off Ched, so 1815 back, now better now, around tripping it.
It'll not take long to do it last trip, I can assure you.
And that's it, we can not get out till 7.5 past, will we? This rate.
I don't think we'll hang about going bad. As long as it's not harsh, you will be alright, I reckon.
Well, enjoyed it, mate. It's just getting cold again a bit now, isn't it? It's just,
What's been highlight for you?
alright. Well, actually, you'll take this break off. No, seeing Green Arrow running. It's nice on you to ask me to come. I've really enjoyed it.
You're welcome.
You don't get no like this on Galas, do you? With an orange vest there. You've got all trained to your set.
It's too busy on a gala, to be honest. So. Yeah. I'm glad you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the company.
It's been very nice, mate.
Yeah, alright.
Spot on. Is it on? Come on here. I've been. Oh, bloody hell. I've been here before. I ain't got a whistle. Oh God, it's all ravelled up.